Hello, good day to everyone. We are going to talk about a special topic today, fats. In other programs we will talk more about other nutrients, but today we are going to talk about fats. There is something that I discovered a few years ago. In all my experience, even growing up, I never knew fats was so important to be considered in terms of nutrients that we eat. From all the nutrients that we eat, fats is the one that gives us more calories. We get 9 calories from 1 gram of fat. When we eat carbohydrates, we get only 4 calories in 1 gram. And when we eat proteins, we get 4 calories in 1 gram also. But in our diet, fats gives us more energy. Now, why is that important? Well, number one, because God said so. How do we know? I will show you a quote in the Spirit of Prophecy where we see that God gives us the guideline on how to use fats or nuts, which is the same group. The group of fats or nuts include avocados, peanuts, includes also sesame seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, any of those seeds. A coconut, of course, especially here in the Philippines. We have been almost 10 years in the Philippines, and coconut is very common. But at the same time, if we don't use it nicely or correctly, it will give us some problems. What is the problem when we eat too much fat? When we eat too much fat, we go into problems with diabetes, overweight, inflammation, problems with the cholesterol, problems with the vitamin D3, skin cancer, and many other things. In general, all cancers can grow more when energy is given. So the more fat a cancer patient eats, the worse it is, because you're giving more energy to the cancer to grow. So what is the solution for metastatic cancers? You actually eliminate the fats, especially the refined fats, like oils. Yes. And that will give more benefits to these patients. So let's talk about what God says about fats. As you see in this section, God gives us guidelines for the amount of fat that we need to eat. Therefore, we must be careful. We need to be careful with the amount that we eat. So you have to measure your plate. You have to consider if you are using dressing with cashew nuts, almond milk, which is almond is nut, is a fatty element. If you use avocados for a guacamole, Mexican dishes, you have to consider all that. All together should be only 1/6 to 1/10 of the plate, and that's for regular people. That's what we call healthy people. If you are talking about a person with cholesterol problems, it's a whole different story. So if we have problem with diabetes, that's another story. We have to consider those issues. And we have to use the protocols or the guidelines for lowering cholesterol or reversing diabetes. And they will have to sacrifice for a while so that the body can cleanse from the problems of the fat. But for the regular, definitely. So imagine, God has given us guidelines and nobody talks about it, really. And it's not about food pyramid, no. It's about God's guidelines. If you want to follow what God says, we better follow what He says. But if we don't read it, we will not know. That's why, for me, a few years ago, when I learned this and I started contemplating the benefits of applying this concept, this principle into my patients, I started to see benefits, especially with cancer patients. Another time we will talk more about it. But for now, I leave it there. I hope you enjoy this time. God bless you. So be more careful with the fats, how much you eat. You don't want your cholesterol high. You don't want problems with high blood pressure and many other things. So be careful. And may the Lord give you the strength to follow His laws of health, that you may be healthier too and help others. Bye bye.